You didn't think this was the end of the story, did you?
Well, Descendants cast members still believe there's a possibility of another Descendants movie, and Riveted has all the details. By the end of D3, Audrey was one of the most beloved characters, mostly because her solo, Queen of Mean, blew our minds away. Before releasing her song, Even the Stars, Sarah Jeffery talked about the song in interviews. She also talked about Descendants. In one of the interviews, she said, "I feel like a Descendants 4 could totally happen, but also a spin-off could happen with new characters and new daughters and sons of princesses and princes and other villains. You really have endless possibilities there. I will be forever grateful for Descendants and the family I made there and the experiences I had, so I would love to do something." While speaking about her character Audrey, Sarah Jeffery said, "She's kind of gone through everything. She's been the mean girl, she's been the heartbroken girl, and I just kind of want to see her be friends with people." If Audrey were to exist in another iteration of Descendants or another movie, I think that it would finally be nice for her to be a gal pal. It'd be nice and cool. I think that'd be awesome. Clearly, she's still willing to do another Descendants movie, and we'd love to see her in action. Sophia Carson has also been open about a possible fourth installment, but she can't imagine doing it without Cameron Boyce. In one of her interviews a couple of months ago, she said, "It was magical from start to finish. It was my first job, my first movie. It was one of the greatest honors of my life to play Evie and be part of this franchise. We've had this privilege of touching hundreds of millions of kids. It's part of Disney history. We will forever be a part of this fairy tale. It's such a big universe. This could go on forever. There's so many Descendants. As far as the original Descendants, I don't know if there's more. For us, it's hard to imagine doing anything without Cameron. That's where our hearts lie, but it's open to so much imagination. I can't even think about it. The thought is too difficult." However, when she was recently asked if she would love to reprise her role as Evie, Sophia said, "Absolutely. It'd be such a privilege to continue that story. Evie gave me so much, and she's just this gift that keeps on giving. She brings so much joy to my life, so I would love to." Dev Cameron, on the other hand, has been talking nonstop about the possibility of another Descendants movie. She admitted that she had mixed feelings about starring in another one, especially after Cameron's death. This year, the Descendants stars, as well as many others, paid tribute to Cameron Boyce on the one-year anniversary of his untimely death. As you may recall, Boyce died suddenly in his sleep on July 6, 2019, at the age of 20. After suffering a fatal seizure amid his ongoing struggle with epilepsy. His passing left an emptiness in the hearts of many of his co-stars, and it would be hard to continue with the franchise without him. In July of 2020, Dove talked again about a possible Descendants reboot, and she explained why it would be hard without Cameron. She said, "Obviously, it would be really, really hard on the cast to do a film without Cameron. I'm sure there's a part that would feel very healing and very much like we're coming home. It's very much a personal kind of experience, so I think it would be healing to come back to it like a homecoming, but also I think it would be really hard, and I don't know if we would be up for it." However, in another interview, Dove told Entertainment Tonight, "Yeah, I do think there is a world where a fourth Descendants movie happens. I don't know anything for sure, but I definitely don't think that that's an impossibility. There's nothing that I can say for sure, but I definitely can say that it is not out of the question. I don't love the idea of doing it without Cameron. I don't know what the plot would be, and I don't know what it would look like, but I also love the franchise, and I love Kenny, and I love Disney, and I love that cast. I love that time in my life." A few months later, Dove Cameron said that there was actually something in the works. She exclusively said, "I may or may not have heard something about something that I might be doing involving the franchise. I would never say that it's over, but I would also never confirm anything at this time. I would be open to doing more. To be completely honest, as an actor who is not beholden to Disney, I would say that I think it would be smart for them to capitalize on the brand that they created. I know that Disney has been very specific about saying that this world doesn't really ever end. It goes on forever. The possibilities are endless." Dev Cameron also hinted at another possible direction for the series to take involving some of the new characters. Each movie introduced a new crop of younger VKs, including Dizzy, daughter of Drizella Tremaine, Celia, daughter of Dr. Facilier, Squeaky and Squirmy, twin sons of Mr. Smee, so we could as well catch up with them as they settle into life in Auradon. Descendants 3 was largely adapted from the book Escape from the Isle of the Lost, and in the book, Celia's arc is explored more than in the movie. She tracks the cracks of magic in the underground tunnel, realizing that the presence of magic, though minimal, will allow her to use it. Celia uses her tarot cards to predict her future, and there's a great chance on the horizon for her. D4 could actually be a very successful movie if they put Celia at the center of everything. Could be a chance to introduce other amazing characters. In the book, Hades' minions Pain and Panic are confirmed to be on the Isle of the Lost, and these two have the potential to stir a lot of trouble. Plus, there are other characters from the book who have not been explored, such as Aziz, the son of Aladdin, and Jasmine, Herky, the son of Hercules and Megara, Pin, the son of Pinocchio, Jordan, the daughter of the genie, Ruby, the daughter of Princess Rapunzel, Freddie Facilier, the daughter of Dr. Facilier, and the older sister of Celia, Diego Deville, the son of Cecil B. Deville, the cousin of Carlos, and the nephew of Cruella Deville. Anthony Tremaine, the son of Anastasia Tremaine, and Artie, the son of King Arthur. You know who else would love to come back? Mal's love interest. When asked if there was a possibility that Disney would make a fourth movie, Michael Hope said. When asked if there was a possibility that Disney would make a fourth movie, Mitchell Hope said. It's a great franchise and it was a lot of fun to be a part of. There's a few things that I don't know yet. At this point, I haven't heard anything, but I love playing Ben. He's just such a pure, benevolent character, and it always makes me feel nice, kind of changes my behavior. When you play a character, you kind of subconsciously start adopting a few of those traits, so it was always really nice playing Ben. Well, we know a couple of directions the new movie could take, just in case Disney's stuck. Fans have said they'd love to see a spin-off of the VK's childhood. They were introduced as teenagers, but we never got to see how they survived in the Isle of the Lost. In the books, Mal despised Evie for not being invited to Evie's 6th birthday party, causing Maleficent to send a curse on Evie and her mother. Evie becomes Mal's target for an ultimate scheme project and gets locked inside Cruella de Vil's fur closet, which is full of bear traps, and she barely survives the ordeal. After meeting up with Carlos, she helps Carlos with his invention about the machine that would pick up TV and radio signals from outside the dome. It would be incredible to see how the kids grew up in the Isle of the Lost and how their parents affected their decisions and way of life. D4 could also introduce a really evil Mal. In a Season 3 teaser, we saw the black magic and how it destroyed Jane's cake. The black magic was supposed to invade the land and cause unimaginable chaos. However, in the franchise, it wasn't seen. If the black magic never happened, then where could it possibly be? Well, we know that the black magic had a lot to do with Mal and her potential to be super evil. In Descendants 3, we saw the power of the soon-to-be Queen Mal. She was able to make her dad save Audrey from the darkness and was also very instrumental in bringing peace between Aradon and the Isle of the Lost. She was also able to convince Ben and people from Aradon to let 4 of the villain kids, including Dizzy, to visit Aradon before eventually breaking down the barrier. All these she did when she was still Mal and not Ben's fiancée or a queen, so to speak. Will she use her new gained status and powers to make her presence known and somehow get revenge because how they were treated? There are also so many conflicts that have not been resolved in Descendants. For instance, the mother-daughter war between Maleficent and her daughter Mal. By the end of D3, Maleficent was still a lizard, but we have a feeling that she didn't appreciate being turned into one. She has enough powers, as shown in her character before, to figure out something and get herself back to normalcy. We want to know what'll happen between her and her daughter Mal. Will there be forgiveness or more conflict? There must be something in store that explains all of this. There's also the conflict between Hades and Maleficent. The two have never met since the return of Hades. In her conversation with Mal, Hades described Maleficent as the one person in their relationship that ruined everything. To some extent, he even had no words, and that shows where he places Maleficent. Their reunion would be full of fireworks, as there is the possibility of war before a truce. Both Hades and Maleficent are extraordinarily egocentric, and that is why they could not stay together. Now that Hades is back, Maleficent may get out of her lizard cage and seek revenge on her daughter, who is also the daughter of Hades. Hades might want to protect his daughter, which is a normal thing, and that is where hell will break loose. Or how about revealing the other parents of the cast members? For whatever reason, the VKs were raised by single parents, and in the end, we got to know Mal's other parent. D4 could probably be a reunion of the rest of the families with the reveal of their mystery parents. Fans also came up with interesting theories of who the other VK's parents may be, and you can check out the crazy theories on our previous videos. Well, if not for anything else, Disney should release another Descendants movie because of the amount of money they would get from it. The first Descendants film in 2015 had an initial audience of 6.6 million viewers, growing to 10.54 million after 3 days, 59% gain. Descendants 2 went from 5.33 million to 8.58 million in 3 days, a 61% jump. Descendants 3 wasn't quite as big a draw as the previous 2 movies, but it did pull the highest ratings in several kid demographics for any cable telecast since Descendants 2 in July of 2017. After just a couple of days, it had attracted 8.43 million viewers, an 84% gain from the initial telecast's 4.59 million, outpacing the percentage gains for its predecessors. The movie delivered 2.7 million kids aged 6 to 11 and 2.5 million in the 9 to 14 tween demo, with girls making up the large majority of both groups. Disney also said Descendants 3 had the highest single-day viewership in the Disney Now app for any Disney Channel original movie. So, are you still looking forward to another Descendants movie? Let us know in the comments section below. This has been Riveted, and we publish amazing videos daily.